Ever taken a moment to wonder what truly happens inside your body each time you climax? Most men don't. Yet every single release sets off a series of changes deep within your prostate, changes that could quietly reshape your health as you get older. Some of these effects, they can be incredibly revitalizing, almost like pressing a reset button for your system. But others, they could be silently laying the groundwork for future complications. Today, we're diving into 6 powerful shifts that occur in your prostate when you masturbate. From surges in blood flow and hormonal fluctuations to unexpected impacts on long-term prostate health, these changes could hold the key to staying strong, vibrant, and independent well into your senior years. Now, before you shrug this off as just another health video, take a moment. Pour yourself a warm cup of coffee or tea, settle in, and get comfortable. Because what you're about to learn might completely change how you view your body and how you care for it moving forward. Stay with me until the very end, because not only will you uncover what really goes on inside your prostate each time you ejaculate, but you'll also discover a surprising connection that could potentially protect you from serious health risks as you age. And here's a question for you. What's one thing you do daily to keep your prostate in top shape? Drop a quick comment below and share it with us. Let's get started. Let's kick things off with one of the most debated topics regarding prostate health. Can regular ejaculation actually help reduce the risk of prostate cancer? For years, researchers have been looking into how ejaculation might act as a natural detox for the prostate, flushing out harmful toxins, metabolic waste, and excess hormones. Think of it like a built-in cleansing system that could potentially lower cancer risk over time. Why? Because the prostate is a gland that produces seminal fluid, and as men age, it can accumulate inflammatory agents, carcinogens, and hormone byproducts. If these aren't expelled regularly, they could trigger cellular damage and chronic inflammation, both of which are linked to higher cancer risk. For example, let's talk about Walter, a 71-year-old retiree who had been ignoring his prostate health for years. When his best friend was diagnosed with prostate cancer, Walter started doing some research. He learned that men who ejaculate at least 21 times per month had a significantly lower risk of prostate cancer, according to a well-known study conducted by Harvard researchers. Walter decided to make some changes. More frequent ejaculation, adding more cruciferous vegetables to his meals, and going for daily walks to keep his hormones balanced. Over the next few months, he noticed he felt more at ease, less anxious, and more in control of his health. But here's the thing. Ejaculation alone is not a magic cure. It's just one piece of a much larger puzzle. Genetics, diet, exercise, and regular checkups all play a vital role in keeping your prostate healthy. So what do you think? Have you ever thought about how your habits could impact your prostate health? Let me know in the comments, and let's keep going. Now let's talk about a lesser-known benefit of masturbation, relieving prostate congestion. You see, each time you ejaculate, your prostate expels excess fluid that can accumulate over time. This process, often referred to as prostatic drainage, is essential for keeping the prostate from becoming overloaded. When you release, that buildup of fluid is flushed out, lowering internal pressure and potentially reducing inflammation. For most men, this leads to a sense of relief and relaxation. But for others, especially those who rarely ejaculate, that fluid can become stagnant, causing mild pelvic discomfort or an increased urge to urinate. This is particularly common for men with benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, or chronic prostatitis, where trapped fluid inside the prostate can turn into a source of irritation. Take Harold, a 73-year-old widower who hadn't been sexually active for months. He started experiencing a dull ache in his lower abdomen and more frequent nighttime bathroom trips. His doctor explained that his prostate was mildly congested due to a lack of ejaculation, leading to pressure buildup and increased irritation on the bladder. To Harold's surprise, his doctor suggested more frequent ejaculation to help clear out the buildup and relieve his symptoms. After a few weeks of following this advice, Harold noticed a marked decrease in discomfort and fewer nighttime trips to the bathroom. But keep in mind, there's no magic number. It's about consistency, not frequency. However, if you're still feeling discomfort, even after ejaculation, or if the relief is only temporary, it could be a sign of a deeper issue that needs medical attention. So, what about you? Do you ever notice pelvic pressure or increased urgency to urinate? If so, drop a comment below with the number 2 to let me know you're still here, and stay tuned because we're just getting started. Now let's talk about how masturbation can impact your hormones, specifically testosterone and dihydrotestosterone, or DHT. These hormones play a critical role in prostate function, muscle strength, and overall vitality. During sexual activity, testosterone levels can temporarily drop right after ejaculation. For younger men, this dip is barely noticeable because their bodies quickly bounce back. But for older men, particularly those in their 60s and 70s, the decline can be more pronounced, leading to temporary fatigue, lower motivation, and slower muscle recovery. But here's the thing. This dip is usually brief. Most men's testosterone levels return to baseline within 24 hours. Now let's talk about DHT. This hormone is a more potent form of testosterone and is heavily linked to prostate health. While DHT is essential for normal male development, too much of it can contribute to prostate enlargement and even hair loss. Interestingly, some studies suggest that frequent ejaculation might help reduce DHT buildup, potentially lowering the risk of benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, over time. But it's a delicate balance. Too little DHT can affect libido and overall energy, while too much may contribute to prostate issues. Let's look at Stanley, a 67-year-old who had been feeling unusually tired for weeks. He started to notice a dip in his motivation and a general sense of sluggishness. After consulting with his doctor, he learned that his late-night masturbation habits might be disrupting his testosterone balance. By making a few simple changes, better sleep, adding more strength training, and focusing on nutrient-dense foods, Stanley was able to restore his energy and maintain a healthy hormonal balance while still enjoying a normal sex life. For most men, these hormonal shifts aren't a cause for major concern, but it's essential to be aware of how your habits may be impacting your body as you age. If you're noticing persistent fatigue, low libido, or muscle weakness, it could be worth discussing hormonal balance with a healthcare provider. Masturbation itself isn't harmful, but like everything else, moderation is key, especially when it comes to maintaining hormonal health and supporting long-term prostate function. Have you ever felt unusually tired after sex or masturbation? Let me know in the comments with the number 3, and let's keep going. Now let's move on to something that happens every time you get aroused: a surge in blood flow to the prostate. This is your body's natural response during sexual activity, and it plays a critical role in how the prostate functions. The prostate gland, located just below the bladder, is responsible for producing seminal fluid. And when you're sexually aroused, it receives a rush of oxygen-rich blood to support its role in ejaculation. For most men, this process is smooth and barely noticeable, but for some, particularly those with an enlarged or inflamed prostate, that increase in blood flow can lead to temporary swelling and pressure in the pelvic area. That's why some men feel a sense of fullness or mild discomfort after ejaculation, especially if they already have conditions like BPH, benign prostatic hyperplasia, or prostatitis. Take Norman, a 75-year-old who had been dealing with mild prostate enlargement for years. Most of the time it wasn't a big issue, but recently he started noticing a dull ache in his lower abdomen after ejaculating. At first he brushed it off, thinking it was nothing. But over time, the discomfort lingered longer, making it harder for him to sleep. Finally, he decided to consult his doctor. The doctor explained that the increased blood flow during sexual activity was temporarily inflaming his already enlarged prostate. The good news? In moderation, ejaculation was still beneficial. But the doctor also recommended some simple adjustments: staying well hydrated, incorporating anti-inflammatory foods, and doing pelvic floor relaxation exercises to ease post-ejaculation discomfort. For most men, this temporary swelling is just a normal part of how blood circulation works. But if you notice lingering pain, trouble urinating, or discomfort that doesn't go away, it's a good idea to talk to your doctor. While masturbation itself isn't harmful, underlying conditions like BPH or prostatitis can make these after effects more noticeable. Have you ever felt a lingering ache or pressure after sex or masturbation? Drop the number 4 in the comments below if you can relate, and stay tuned. because we're just getting started. Now let's talk about how masturbation can affect your urinary function, a topic that becomes increasingly important as men age. Since the prostate sits just below the bladder and surrounds part of the urethra, its condition directly impacts how well you urinate. When you ejaculate, the prostate contracts and then relaxes. This process can temporarily increase urinary urgency or leave you feeling like you haven't completely emptied your bladder. This is especially common for men with an enlarged prostate, also known as BPH, benign prostatic hyperplasia, a condition where the prostate grows larger and starts to press against the urethra. Some men notice that after ejaculation, their urine stream is weaker or they feel the urge to urinate multiple times in quick succession. This happens because the muscles that control the bladder and prostate go through a brief readjustment phase after sexual activity. Take Leonard, a 72-year-old who started experiencing more frequent nighttime trips to the bathroom. At first, he thought it was just a natural part of aging. But after talking to his doctor, he learned that his prostate was slightly enlarged and was affecting his urinary control. Leonard also realized that after masturbation, he often felt an increased urge to urinate, but struggled with a weaker stream. By paying closer attention to his hydration habits, cutting back on caffeine and alcohol, and tracking when these symptoms occurred, Leonard gradually found ways to manage his nighttime urination more effectively. For men without significant prostate enlargement, masturbation can actually help relax the pelvic muscles and may even improve urinary flow over time. Some urologists suggest that periodic ejaculation could keep the prostate more flexible and reduce fluid buildup that can lead to inflammation. But here's the key. If you're experiencing persistent difficulty urinating after ejaculation, or if the discomfort doesn't go away, it could indicate a more serious issue that requires medical attention. So what about you? Have you ever noticed changes in your urinary patterns after sex or masturbation? Drop the number 5 in the comments below if you can relate, and stick around because we're almost at the end. The silent muscle workout. Strengthening pelvic muscles. Without you even realizing now, let's talk about something most men don't even think about. How masturbation can actually work as a natural workout for your pelvic muscles. Yes, you heard that right. Every time you ejaculate, you're giving those muscles a mini training session without even realizing it. Think of it this way. Just like lifting weights strengthens your biceps, every time you climax, your pelvic floor muscles contract and release, pushing out semen. It's not just about pleasure, it's actually a powerful exercise that can help prevent issues like urinary leakage and even erectile dysfunction. Let's look at Thomas, a 68-year-old retiree who had been struggling with minor leaks every time he coughed or sneezed. At first, he brushed it off as just another annoying part of getting older. But after talking to his doctor, he learned that strengthening his pelvic floor could make a real difference. So Thomas decided to treat every climax like a workout. He started paying attention to how his pelvic muscles contracted during ejaculation and even began incorporating Kegel exercises. Within a few months, he noticed a big change. Fewer leaks, more control, and a newfound confidence. Now, this doesn't mean you should overdo it. Just like any other workout, too much too soon can lead to strain. The key here is moderation and mindfulness. So what about you? Have you ever thought about how something as simple as masturbation could actually be a hidden workout for your pelvic floor? Drop a number 2 in the comments if this was a surprise for you, and let's keep going. Now that we've uncovered these 6 surprising changes that happen inside your prostate, take a moment to reflect. Did any of these effects hit close to home for you? Or did today's video open your eyes to how much your prostate health is influenced by the simplest of daily habits? As we age, our bodies change in ways we often overlook. But understanding how these natural processes work empowers you to take control of your health, to make small yet powerful adjustments that could add years to your life. Masturbation is often brushed off or misunderstood, but as we've explored today, it can have profound effects on your prostate health, hormone balance, urinary function, and circulation. The key takeaway? Listen to your body. Pay attention to how it reacts, because even the smallest habits can make a world of difference in maintaining your strength, vitality, and independence as you age. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Your health is far too precious to take for granted. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share one new thing you learned today. And tell me, how do you plan to use this information to keep your prostate healthy as you age? Your feedback matters, and it helps us continue creating valuable content for seniors just like you. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might benefit. Your support means the world to us and helps us keep bringing life-changing insights right to your screen. And before you go, here's a little teaser. In our next video, we're diving into a shocking connection between your sleep habits and your prostate health. You won't believe how a simple change in your nightly routine could potentially protect you from serious health risks. Until then, remember, you deserve to feel strong, vibrant, and fully alive, no matter your age. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.